We're going to run through Floyd versus Jerry Cooper. YouTube handle BlackWolf89 requested this breakdown late last year. Anyways, it's long overdue, so let's get into it. Floyd's going to get to his lead foot right here, and then he's going to go ahead and snap off that jab. All right, so this shows Floyd's movement. He's on the right side of his line, weight's on his rear foot. He's going to shift his weight to his lead foot right here, and then he's going to push off that rear foot and then fold out that jab. Okay, similar setup, weight's on his rear foot, and we know that because his lead foot's off the ground. He's going to shift his weight to his lead foot. Notice how his lead foot is now planted. He's going to push off that rear foot, lift his lead, and then snap off that jab. But before we show that, let's talk about Jerry. In fact, we're going to watch Jerry on this sequence. What he does is pretty interesting to me. He's going to drop on the right side of his line, getting under Floyd's jab while stepping this lead foot forward, placing all his weight on his lead foot, which allows him to throw the leaping hook. So here's the drop. Notice this lead foot step, and then the leaping hook. Now let's get back to Floyd. We're going to see that lead foot jab again. So weights on the rear foot to lead foot, push off rear foot, lift lead, then jab. Now, one more thing to note here. Check out his rear hand. It's ready to catch in case a counter jab should come. Then we'll get to here. So Floyd's head's over his lead foot. Note the rear foot's off the ground. He's going to spring off this lead foot with his leaping hook. And we'll get to right here. All right, Jerry's going to do a rear foot step up, snap out his jab as Floyd squares his shoulders, meeting him on the lead foot to parry that jab. Now, Larry's going to try a leaping hook, but check out this lead hand post from Floyd right here. Okay, Floyd's going to step on this lead foot, bring this rear foot up, push off that rear foot, lift his lead, snapping off his jab as Jerry drops. Now let's see Floyd change it up. Check out the rear foot step up. Now right here, I would say something like he's going to push off his rear foot, lift his lead, then snap out that jab. But not this time. He's going to step this lead foot forward without the jab, putting him on the right side of his line. Now he's going to feint high, then push off his rear foot, lift that lead, committing to the body. And then we're just going to let this run for a bit. So Jerry's going to get to his lead foot and throw his leaping hook. But I want to focus on Floyd. His head and his weight is over his rear foot. He's going to spring off this rear foot, bring his head towards his lead foot, which squares his shoulders to throw his lead hook. All right, Floyd's head's over his lead foot. He's going to fold out a jab. Then he's going to push off this rear foot with that jab, cross, and then double lead hooks. Then we'll buzz through here. Okay, Floyd's going to get his head over his lead foot and check out the rear foot step up. He's going to fire out his jab, cross, then lead hook. Then he's going to get back to this lead foot. Jerry will jab as Floyd pulls, then drops. Now Floyd's head's over his rear foot. He'll step with this lead foot, shifting his weight, and then snap off that jab. Then he's going to get back to that lead foot, then jab. Next, he'll step on this lead foot, push off that rear foot, then throw his jab, cross, lead hook, then rear straight. Then he's going to follow up with this leaping hook. Next, Jerry will jab as Floyd pulls to his rear foot, then drops. Then he's looking to catch this rear hook to the body on that lead foot. He's going to slip inside looking for his own hook. Then catch this hook right here and then counter hook out. Then they're going to be swinging on the same beat. So we'll step on this lead foot, throw a hook to the head, body, jab, post, come over the top, underneath, and then hook to the body. And again, getting to that lead foot, jab, cross, hook, straight, double hooks, then just a flurry to the end. And that'll do it. The count, then they're going to wave it off.